This is Dipanjan from the Frisco Meditation Club. You can call me Didi. I have recently started an account in Instagram, and I recently wrote an article about how meditation really means an act in which you detach yourself from your thoughts and feelings, and that is a way to get very deep rest. And as we get that sense of deep rest, what happens is we also get a lot of clarity as to what is really going on in our mind and emotions. Now, you might ask, what does that mean? So, if you really look at a human being, right? A human being is not only the body. The body is obviously a big part of our existence. That's what we see every day we wake up in front of the mirror. That's the first thing we see. And over the years, we believe ourselves just to be the body. But we all know we have thoughts going on in our mind. We have emotions, feelings. We have intellect, the intelligence which tells us what is good, what is bad. All of these things work within a human being. And what happens is, in most of us, it is all mixed up. So imagine a glass of water. And in that glass of water, imagine that you have some big rocks, you have some fine particles, maybe sand, and all of that is shaken up. So what happens? You cannot really see the water, right? The water is, let's say, our consciousness. If everything's mixed up, the consciousness is cluttered. It's mixed up with everything. It cannot clearly see what the sand is, or where the sand is, where the rocks are. It's all extremely confused. That's what happens to us when we allow ourselves to be extremely involved with our mind, our thoughts, our emotions all the time. And today, because of social media, because of technology, because of digital, it's so intrusive in our life that we are always looking at something, we are always thinking about something, we are always rushing after something. We are not letting ourselves settle down. In the process, what is happening is we, as the consciousness, we are not able to see where a thought is coming, a thought is arising. Okay, once the thought has arisen, the intellect is telling you this is a good thing to do. Let's say you want to have a Starbucks. Let's say it's a Frappuccino with caramel and maybe with some whipped cream on the top. And you really want to go and have that Frappuccino, right? So that's a thought that has arisen. Immediately after the thought arises, your intellect comes into play and tells you, no, don't do that. You have a wet goal. You do not want so many calories. Let's just go and have a salad lunch today. And maybe that's what you want to do. And then what happens is your thought and your intellect is fighting against each other. And in the process, you are confused. It's a very simple example, but this is essentially what is happening all the time. What is meditation? Meditation is detaching ourselves from these thoughts and feelings and just allowing ourselves to settle down. As you settle down, you clearly see this happening within you as a movie, as if there are players. The thought is a player, intellect is a player, and they're clashing against each other. All of that is being watched. By whom? By you. And as you do that, you create a distance between you and your subtle world. And that gives you a tremendous amount of power, clarity, and focus in your day-to-day life. And today, in today's world, this is very, very required. Not only does it give you clarity, let me tell you, it gives you a lot of rest. I am, in my professional life, a consultant. I'm always traveling around the country, traveling around the world. And what I do, if I have a meeting and I'm in a plane, I'm landing somewhere, and after I land somewhere in an hour I have a meeting, I just do this. I practice a little bit of meditation. It keeps me rested. It gives you a lot of rest. People who have done meditation, I know of, that have done classes of meditation, now can sleep very well because you get a deep sense of rest. So, just to recap, we as a human being is a combination of many different things. We are not only the body, we are thoughts, intellect, all of that. Number one. Number two, in today's world, because of the nature of life, all of these are deeply mixed up We are always constantly engaged with the mind. Number 3, the way to relax and get a deep sense of clarity is to detach yourself from all of that is happening within you. Number 4, meditation is the way to do it. And number 5, as we do this, we get 2 things. One is a lot of relaxation, a lot of rest that even sleep doesn't give you. And number 2 is clarity. Clarity as to why we do things the way we do. Clarity as to why you are confused. Clarity on the right decision. So these are the 5 things. If you can remember them, it's a lot of help in your day-to-day life. Thank you. Namaste. And I hope this was helpful.